Okay, Coach, you know, the folks in the Dog Pound, they live for games like this. Snowy conditions here at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns.
Black 20. 53, Mike. Not today, you are. Not today. Jim. Check.
First carry for James Conner. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On 2nd down, Conner looking for space. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Joker. Hey. Showing up. Check.
They'll try and run for it with Conner. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Back deep for the Browns, Antonio Callaway. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. Now a stoppage, and we've got Chubb shaken up on the play. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Take 4.
Here's Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, able to record his 5th sack of the season. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. On 3rd down, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 36-yard line.
Set, 180. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, but now it'll be 3rd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
From the gun, Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 35.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl. The tuck roll,
didn't you? Yeah, I think that's one people remember. I also know this, in Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game. In New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. 1st down, Mayfield. He finds Taylor, complete. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Keep
A
playing.
gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
Let's get it.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
I got one. 36, 36. Hurry, hurry. Rush in. Rush in. Hey, check Mike, check Mike. Watch it. Hurry. Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
It's now 3rd and 8.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8.
King. Hey, alert 48. Alert. Hey, we gonna mic the 48 right now. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Real. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
Point it right. 24, check 24. Pistol.
They'll give it to Chubb. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
A loss of 2.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
I got you.
They'll try again with Chubb. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
You got three down.
Here's Roethlisberger. He's got this complete to Ryan Switzer. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Steeler first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch the edge.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he fires one incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And it's 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
All day.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Put that team on the bus.
Ben to throw again. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. An update from Buffalo. And it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The Browns drive about to get started. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
A game of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 37-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Browns 7, Steelers nothing.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Hey, alert 33. Getting some penetration. Check 52.
Here's Beckham now. It's a jet sweep. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Mayfield on play action. Flushed out right. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. You don't want to see me.
To throw, Mayfield. They set up the screen to Chubb. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14.
Hey, check. 180. I got him.
Now Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. Now Roethlisberger back into his end zone. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
First down, Steelers.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20.
Check 13. Check 13.
On 1st and 10 is Counter. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd down, it's Thompson. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Like 5. Alert, alert. Check 53
On 3rd down, it's Counter. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Up,
He finds his target, Beckham. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
set, 180. You better be afraid. Pistol. You better be afraid of me.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Mike, 180. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
Mayfield on first down. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Mayfield now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
Regular.
The first carry for Josh Adams. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Set, 180. 55. It's a party now. Pistol. Mike, 55. Bravo. 55, Mike.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. That is caught by the former Gator, Antonio Callaway. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 22-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Hey, alert, alert, alert! Topper! Shift!
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Set! 180!
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Real.
Watch it.
Mayfield. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore.
Dashing through the snow, the 30, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. That kick return TD is 98 yards in length as they are now on the board here in the first half. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork to be able to put it all together, but that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy.
Mayfield to throw it.
Give me some.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Mayfield now. Looking deep downfield. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Black 20. You ready, man? Snickers, that spin. Let's go, baby.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. 20. And it's a huge return as he brings this all the way back down to the 15-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Demetrius Harris, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Run.
On second down, Mayfield again. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
We want it. Come to my world.
Here's Mayfield. And it's caught. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
Complete to Demetrius Harris. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
All day, punt. Out.
They'll run with Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Short kick. One of the up mid will take it down. And they're able to return this one all the way up to the 45.
At their own 45-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Solid, 5 down.
Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. And this is Moncrief for the catch. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
At the 26-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Mayfield. That's taken in by Callaway. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now Chubb running right. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
QB's trash. Let's go.
Run.
Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Alert. Done.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Blue draw Corker.
Safe.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Roethlisberger. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half. Incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Got a man out of the backfield. It's Chris Thompson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
On first down, Connor. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Everyone's got full.
On 2nd and 11 now. Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 38-yard line.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Steelers.
Ready?
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 38.
Check 15.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. It's the correct call.
Connor on first down, not going to get a whole lot. Maybe a couple. 2nd down coming up. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Check 3. Check 3. Switch it. Switch it. Switch it. Come on. Switch it.
Hey, alert. No foul.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 50.
Here's Roethlisberger going for it all. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He rifles one that's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
On second down now, it's Connor. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 21 yards there on third down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
They'll run on first down. Connor, and no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here I come again.
They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be fourth down and a few inches. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down.
59, what's up? You got tight. You got tight.
They'll run for it with Connor. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the fourth down conversion. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius brings him down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
At the 37-yard line.
Ready? Like 80.
Check 50.
Double.
6 man. Check curls. Check leg.
On second down, it's Conner. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
First down, Steelers.
All right, now.
Roethlisberger now 9 of 17 through the air.
No. Off. Hey, switch gears.
Snickers.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53.
Watch pilot. 64. Weak.
Check the backer.
Now Ben going to give this one to Conner. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And the Steelers on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
He don't want 50. Hey, 40's Mike.
Hey, seam 6.
Roethlisberger will throw. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Get ready.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now, and all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays, and right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Yeah, they're just looking to turn anywhere for a stop defensively.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A run for Nick Chubb.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Set. 180. Right there in the middle. 55. In your face.
Check.
Pistol. Hey, alert 33.
Hatchet. Slam.
61. Matchbox lights.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Give him the third down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
First down and 10 yards to go.
What? 180.
Hey, eat. Here we go.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. They showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
That's it. Big hit.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. They'll come out in the pistol.
Push him back. Jack.
Mark 55. Mark 50. Go.
Tighten up.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Seibert able to knock this one through. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Here we go.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called.
Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down. Now Roethlisberger. Open man is Switzer complete. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's fourth down.
We got this.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go, here we go. 230.
Gotta do better.
These 2.
Come on, QB, come on.
On first down, Connor. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Let's get it.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Easy. Black.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Moncrief brings it in.
Roethlisberger's pass. Complete to Dante Moncrief.
Jack 16.
A gain of 7
Protein
yards.
spill.
And it's
3rd and 2. Now Roethlisberger able to find Switzer. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Cleveland, it's an